The channel for the lovers of truth, for the truth of the end time. So if you are a lover of truth, give us a subscription and God bless you. Shalom. Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Please, if you can hear me, can you kindly type in yes in the comment section? If you can hear me, please, let me just see you type yes in the comment section. I will be very brief with this live broadcast, but I need you to tell me if you can hear me, please. Can I hear you type yes? Can I see you type yes if you can hear me? Good evening. Yeah, Victor, God bless you. God bless you. Thank you very, very much. God bless you. I welcome every one of you to this short live broadcast. Yesterday, thank you, Tamia. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, yes, Victor. All of you are highly welcome. Please, you can also share the link to this broadcast. There was this video that came out about 3 days ago or thereabout. It's not up to 1 week old, and you see, the video is very, very controversial, and I'm sure that so many people would think I would toe the line of the confessor in question. Now, everybody is free to get to whatever point of conclusion you want to get to, but there are certain things I really saw in the video. I uploaded it yesterday, and I promised to come up this evening to do this. So I'm going to be very, very short. But before then, if you have not watched the video, I would like to play the video here for you. Maybe I play part of the video, and then we move on. And then when at the end of this, you'll be free, you'll be at liberty to share your own opinion. And the points I'm going to raise over that video may be able to also expose you to certain things. All right, just hold on. It is the advert. You are welcome to the End Time Truth Television, the channel for us of truth, for the truth of the end time. So if you are a lover of truth, just hold on, please. Let me fast forward it a bit so that we can just be very, very fast on this. I think I'm having network issues as well. No. MTN, you must not do this tonight. All right.
I've slept in the cemetery for 7 nights. Just in question. Not just if you cemetery. They have to dig a fresh corpse out for me to sleep. Then in the morning, I will go out. In the night, I will come back to be sleep in that same place for 7 nights.
You promised me you will not make noise. So please calm now so that we can concentrate. You have not heard anything. Why are you making noise? Please be calm. Don't delay my time. Go ahead. Please go ahead.
So things was not working for me, and things were still the same as it used to be. Members were not coming, money was not coming, all my effort was fruitless. So I have to still meet with pastors, quest for I need help, which led me into, I met with a pastor friend and he said there is no way they can help me until I belong to their family. I said, what is your family? He said, I must be part of what he is doing. What are you doing? He said, if you can trust me. I said, tell me anything. What I can do, you cannot even do it. So tell me anything and I will do it. He said, it belongs to a black ass. I said, that one is a very little something. At the end of it, I was initiated into black ass as a black ass member. He took me to where he belonged. I did everything required. I should get a human blood. I got it, the same thing. It wasn't working. Things were just as it was. Rather, it was getting worse. So, still for the quest of power, I met with great men of God. There is no pastor in this state and outside this state that I have not come in contact with. I know what I'm saying now. I know the end of it is definitely they will come after me because there is no of their dirty job that I don't know, and I have not worked for them, and I have not done. The prophecies, the miracles, the planting, the stunting food, everything, most of the assignments were being done by me. Because they said, if I do it, they're going to help me. At the end of the day, nothing was working again. I was introduced to a great man of God, well known in Warrior, at the church, close to the DNC roundabout.
Calm down now. You never hear this when they make noise. Calm down. Please go ahead. Free indeed. Can you relax? God bless you. Seize your mouth. If you open your mouth again, I will say something you will not like. You are not hearing it. You are making noise. Go ahead.
I was introduced to him, and I had a meeting with him. The meeting was done inside the car. That was my first encounter with him. And he said, "Can you trust me?" I said, "What you can't even do, I can even do it." He said, "Really?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Will give me first assignment to carry out." He said, "If I need somebody to go with me." I said, I don't need escort for my assignment. I do my work alone because I don't trust anybody. He said, "Okay, my first task, there is a church that is against him and is against the church." I said, "Okay, I've never been here before." It was this whole assignment that now brought me to Free Indeed.
Can you relax? Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Before the assignment, I was asked that before they can trust me, I must be initiated.
They want to video the phone. Let the video link them. Why are you leaving? This is an open. What are they hiding? Video. Leave that corner. Witchcraft. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Be calm now, please. Go ahead. Please. Amen. Oh yeah, please silence. Go ahead.
I must be initiated first. I said, "No problem. What is the initiation all about?" That people that they must help must belong to their family.
What is family?
It's a fraternity.
What is fraternity?
It is a society, a court. It is called the White Prophet Court.
Go ahead.
So I said, "Okay." And I was asked, "What do I really need?" I said, "I need crowd. I need weight. I want to be known." I said, "Okay, but I must know that a blood must be involved."
All right. Before we move on, before I play you further part of this, I want to start by saying something here. And what I want to say is that when I saw this man's video, and I was shocked, and I'm sure that many of you would think, because he mentioned Mercyland, you know who Mercyland, when there is the mentioning of Mercyland. Mercyland talks about Prophet Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin. And I've done several videos here where I I've spoken about Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin, so I'm sure that majority would want to think that this would be a very good video for me to also descend on Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin. And mind you that this video is not an endorsement of any pastor. I'm not endorsing anybody, but there are a lot of loopholes in this man's confession. And after sitting down to digest it, I did some research about him, and I found some inconsistencies with what he said in this video. First and foremost, he told us that he was a pastor, and if you have seen his picture, he is a bishop. He is titled a bishop. Now, he came to, according to him, allegedly, he came to meet this pastor whose church is close to DSC roundabout. And when I searched, I found the church that is closest to DSC roundabout. Actually, I found two. I found two churches that are closer or closest to DSC roundabout. One of the churches, going by what the man that was interviewing him said, I think he was referring to one of the very big churches within that area. And I think that that was actually the man he was referring to. But on a very good day, like I said, I'm not actually endorsing any man of God. I'm not endorsing any pastor. But we just want to look at these things critically. Now, I am sharing the map of the DSC roundabout. This is DSC roundabout here. If you can see my cursor here, this is the DSC roundabout. And within this place are two churches. This one is King's Palace Christian Church. And another one here is Jesus Christ Temple Ministry. Now, Jesus Christ Temple Ministry is the pastor of this church that preaches holiness. And you would have heard when the man there, the interviewer or the pastor there who was moderating this testimony, mentioned he is preaching holiness. Now, so possibly he was referring to the pastor of this church, Pastor Amos, Child of God. Mind you, I'm not his member. I'm not a member of his church, but I think I know little about this ministry. And I'm not here to endorse him. But the question we need to ask before I go on to play the remainder of this video to you is this. Please, listen to me very, very well. Now, if this guy is a bishop, his pictures that I found on the internet is actually the pictures of him adorning the regalia of a bishop. And those pictures are not up to 7 days on Google, which means this is one of them here. If you can see me, this is one of the pictures here. Maybe I should click it. This is just one of the pictures that are here, and there are about three of them. And if you look at his title, he is titled a bishop. His name is Apostle Prince Ufoma. But then a bishop, as he is dressed here, and as he is addressed on all the social media handles that carried this video. Now, but my question is, since he came to this, since he met this prophetic cult, white prophetic cult people, according to him, and he was initiated, he came as a pastor. And I'm sure that he owned a church. Now, what is the name of his church? I don't find any church that is attached to his name, that this is the name of the church. Now, number one is that if he is a bishop, like we see, let me go back to this place and show you something here. If he's a bishop like he claimed to be, or like they said he is, he must have had a church. And what then is the name of his church? Look at all the news media that carried his news. Has nothing to do with the name of his church. This one is how I killed 7 persons, slept in the cemetery too, blah, blah, blah. None of them has a name attached to his church. And he himself never mentioned the name of his church. So if he was truly a bishop of a church, my question is, what was the name of that church? Or what is still the name of the church? Now, I'd like you to understand, like I said earlier on, not endorsement for any pastor here, but this confession has a lot of loopholes. You know, when I saw this, my younger brother was like, this thing could be a lie. And I said, how can somebody who had a ministry come out to say this kind of lies about people that would damage his reputation? And eventually I decided to search to find out the name of his church. And lo and behold, there is no church. Now, this is DSC Roundabout. And like I tried to point out the other time, I said there are two churches here. And not very far away from here, you also, get to see Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin's church, the Mercyland Church. All of these churches are domiciled in Warri, Nigeria here, in case if you're not in Nigeria. All of them are domiciled in Warri. This is Jesus Christ Temple Ministry, very close to DSC. Now, there is another one here that is King's Palace Christian Church, close also to the DSC Roundabout. But the remark of the pastor of that church, the confessor, now, or the moderator of the confession, is referring to this guy here, Jesus Christ Temple Ministry. Now, I've got some questions to ask. Before you want to conclude that I'm holding brief for any pastor, I cannot hold brief for anybody. I can't hold brief for anybody. When I heard Omoto Fufeyin's name, I said, I've been saying this thing, that this man is this, is that, and that. But then on a second thought and, being very, very careful, I had to ask myself some real questions. And the answer I got from my spirit is a bit not agreeing with this man here. I'm not saying that he is completely, telling lies. But then, like I said, what is the name of his church if he is a bishop? What is the name of his church? He came to join the court because he said his ministry was not growing. That ministry that was not growing, what is the name of that ministry? What is that the name of the ministry that he wanted to grow, that made him to come and be initiated into court? Now, with his famed involvement with these high-flying pastors, who all, majority of them are on Facebook. If you talk of Omoto Fufeyin, we'll get to the point. If you have watched the video before, you will know that he mentioned Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin's church. He said he worked for Mercyland. Now, if he worked for Mercyland and he is not involved on social media, that is very strange. And we don't find his name, his pictures on Facebook, as in that is his own page, because that is the intent. That is what this new generation pastors do, both fake and original. Now, that is what they do. All of them have Facebook, address, but I don't see this bishop on any Facebook handle. As having a Facebook address. He may have his own personal Facebook address, but as per this bishop that he is now, or this apostle that he is now, there is no such thing. I may be wrong, but if you have a better information, you can also furnish us with that. Now, that is one. Now, is it possible for an ordained bishop not to have an assembly of his own? This is a question that you also should ask yourself. Is it possible as a bishop that this bishop here does not have an assembly that he calls his own? What is the name of his church? We've not heard anybody come out to say he was our pastor, he was our bishop, he was this and that. Now, he said he had a church. How come he met this man, the prophets? And, like I said earlier, he deviated from, getting power in order to expand his church and to make more money. And so he became an errand boy for these pastors. How possible is that? That a bishop who had his ministry, who wanted money and membership, suddenly deviated from that assignment and vision and mission and became an errand boy that they would send on an assignment to go and assassinate, other prophets, and he will abandon his own ministry and go about chasing, pastors and the people that he wants to kill. Now, this doesn't add up to me. But then before I go too further, I will let the video roll a bit so that you may understand part of the things I'm trying to put across to you here.
I said, no problem. Whatever it is a task that I can show them. My initiation night, I was blindfolded to the venue of the initiation.
So I am sharing it now. Please pardon me. I'm having a little network challenge, but I will. Jesus is Lord. Okay. So hold on. So as you watch the video, I would like you please to add your understanding to it. And if you want to be part of this conversation, please, I will place a link that you can call and join us live and share your own idea or what you think is responsible for all this. For me, there are so much questions to be answered by this bishop and the pastor that he had gone to meet.
It was not a house. It was a cemetery environment. I was infected with human blood, and I was asked to eat flesh, a human flesh. I said, okay, if you should give me what I really need, good and fine. So they asked me if I've killed before. I said, I've not killed, but I can kill. He said, okay, no problem. An assignment will be given to me. Because of time, if I'm not making any mistake, I have killed more than 7.
Go ahead.
I've killed more than 7 for this same particular person.
For this same particular person, preaching holiness, prophets, tired. Go ahead, sir.
For this same particular person, it was then I was really taught carefully about the prophecy's work. How I get my information. If a meeting is going on, I'll be asked to enter the congregation to get information. And I get my information can never be ascertained by any person. I can get your information to even your blood group and to the last food you ate, and even to the last person that even died in your family, even to your birthday, everything about you, without even talking to you. Just where I'm sitting down, I get my tools. So I've been doing this for more than 2 years now. The miracles, everything you are saying are staged.
Please, before this goes on to roll on, you would also hear the man trying to, he's very, very eager to give people the identity of the man. You know, he wanted him to mention who the person was. But as this video play on, you would see a certain, what I looked at as a kind of a hypocrisy. I think that there is a kind of contention here. There is a kind of unhealthy and unholy competition that is going on, and somebody is feeling threatened. Somebody is feeling outdone. And that, I believe, gave room or gave place to this kind of a thing. He vividly explained who the man was, the man that this guy allegedly said he killed people for. He killed about 7 people for. And if you don't know the man, you can Google Jesus Christ Temple, Jesus Christ Temple Ministry. You can actually go to YouTube and watch some of his messages and what he does. Actually, I think he puts on dye. He dyes his hair or something like that. I wouldn't know, but his head looks like something that, he dyes. So this pastor here is very, 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 very concerned. He wants to put out the identity of the pastor out there. Now, the questions I have asked is, this bishop is without a church, and how can he be without a church and is a bishop? And as a bishop, how come he's only, the pictures he has came online just as this video, his confession, surfaced? I want to believe that there's no bishop in Nigeria now, whether he has a story or not, good or bad story, that you will Google and you will not find at least a picture of his online, except if it is a village pastor, and there is no village bishop. There's no bishop that stays in the village. So if he is a bishop, he must have a church. And if he's a bishop, forget about this thing that he is putting on. These things can be bought even on your street. If you are fortunate to live close enough to where they sell them, you can buy all this thing that he's putting on anywhere, both the mitre, everything, the cap, whatever that he is putting on can be bought. Now, so what I'm saying here is that this testimony is very, very suspicious, and you need to actually be intelligent enough to discern what I'm trying to point out here.
Miracles. We rent the wish years, we rent the clutches. We have people we settle for all those stage work. This was what I've been doing for him and so many other pastors. I've also worked for Mercyland. I've also worked.
Hey, okay, don't call anybody names.
Now, you heard him there that he has also worked for Mercyland. And at the mentioning of Mercyland, that Oga, don't call anybody's name here. I see it as a hypocrisy. I see it as a lie. He has already done what he wanted him to do. Mercyland and Jesus Christ Temple, these probably are the two biggest churches around that are taking his members or that are hindering his growth. Now, this is my own opinion. Like I said, I may be wrong. It is possible tomorrow that these guys may come up with these things I said are lacking here. But the pastor who hosted him, now, why would he be so quick now that these names have been mentioned to hush him and said, hey, Oga, don't call anybody's name here? But he was helping. He was helping him to identify, or helping the congregation to identify the pastor that this so-called bishop said he was working for. Now, if you get what I mean here. So, in as much as we are out to expose falsehood in the body of Christ, trying to be very, very careful. There are so many inconsistencies with this guy and this thing that he brought up here. We'll let you go on and watch the videos. And just for those that have not watched it before, just enjoy it as we roll on.
Please, don't call any pastor name. Please, don't call any pastor name. We beg.
Enjoy free delivery in Lagos and Abuja now when you order Junior Express items above 4,999 naira. And your groceries.
Just hold on, it's rolling. That's how the tape, or that was how they recorded it. So it's coming. The voice will come up soon. But just please don't just watch. Reason along my own thoughts, my own line of thoughts. Reason along that path. And
you are renouncing your courtesan and what you have done against free leader Pastor John Mark. Is that correct? So go ahead. Remove any name. Go ahead.
This has been my assignment. My first visit to Free Indeed, I was asked to come and get the sand from the church. And the purpose of the sand was to scatter the church. Since he wasn't doing what we are doing, then he's an enemy. And the only way we can get him is to destroy the church. So I came to the church that night. It was within 12:01 a.m. I came to the church that night. I got the sound from the entrance of the church. Then I went to back of the church, get some from back of the church with my left hand, get to where they used to park cars, get some from that same particular place. And that is why people start leaving the church. Protocol sections start going out. Pastors start leaving. At the point, what we did was not working as effective as we wanted it. I came again, it was 12 in the night also. We were 4 in numbers. Like, we came here to pray, but it was an assignment. But unfortunately, we were asked to leave the place that very night. That day,
they were in the middle there, one night. Go ahead.
We were asked to leave the place that night. I came again. On one occasion in the service, I had to drop old coin inside the offering box.
Go ahead.
All we are doing.
What is the purpose of the coin?
The coin is to scatter the church. People will stop dropping money in the church.
Go ahead.
At the point, it wasn't working as we really needed it to work. So I was given an assignment to come and assassinate pastor.
Go ahead. You never hear anything now. Go ahead.
Before that assignment, I was worked on. I have never made any mistake when it comes to shooting or cutting, because I was worked on seriously. I do my operation with my left hand. So when I came that very day, I was in church till the service closed. We traced pastor to almost to his house.
Go ahead. Cool down now. Go ahead.
We were 4 in number inside the Lexus car. They just followed me. I was to do the main shooting. But unfortunately, trying to double cross him, another car entered us. And we couldn't carry out that assignment that very day. So we left. Before the next assignment, we programmed the lady to come for service. And she went for counseling. The purpose of the lady was, during counseling with Papa, she would strip herself naked.
Go ahead.
She would strip herself naked. And our men were already on ground to blow it up, which I was among that very day. So the lady said, she came out after a while. She said she waited, and she ran out of patience.
Go ahead.
She couldn't carry out the assignment. So we left that very day. Program was done in Orogo College. I led the squad. The squad I have led trying to assassinate Papa was 4 squad on 4 different attempts. The ones I was involved in.
And then the other people, they have done more.
It's all attempts are more than 10. But the one I know I lead is 4 attempts. The Orogo College, the same thing happened. We are so very sure that it will be a success because of the crowd and the environment was an open environment. So we are so very sure that it will be a success. Along the line, almost the same thing still happened. That now increased my bitterness that I have never missed a job. Why is this particular one giving me issue? So I got angry. I came to the church one of the nights with a substance in an ever water container. People were in church, but my presence was not noticed because of what I was carrying. I sat at this pillar. After a while, I pretended as if I was praying. I poured the substance on the floor. Now, the purpose of the substance was to weaken any strength that is working here. And so on.
Please be calm now because of time. Please, go ahead. Go ahead.
Was to weaken anything that is working here. So I left that night. After leaving, before I left, I buried something at where they used to park cars. Now, the purpose of that thing was anybody that drove to the church will not see any reasons of coming back to the church again.
Go ahead. Let's save the time. Go ahead.
So, but all my effort was fruitless. Nothing, it didn't work. When I was initiated, I was asked for, they asked me what I really want. I said, wait. I said, wait. I need money, I need fame. So they said the price is who I love most must go for it. I said, okay. I gave them the impression that I wasn't married, but I have a daughter. So they said, okay, good and fine. Who do I love most? I said, the girl I was dating. They said, okay. The very night for the assignment, they brought something like a calabash with blood as to wash my hand inside. Who I love most is to appear inside the calabash. So I washed my hand as instructed. Only for the face of the lady I was expecting to appear, it was the face of my father that appeared.
Do you know that instead of paying 49,000 naira, with just 9,800 naira, you can become a certified data scientist? Sounds crazy. Right? Well, with the use Stacky Super price.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Save that.
So I said, no, I can't use my father. That they should try another alternative. They should use this particular girl. So they said, no, okay, they will give me another chance. I should try again. So I went again, washed my hand again for the second time. What I loved most was my senior daughter. The face of my senior daughter appeared. It became a serious issue. I said, okay, I needed time to really think if I should sacrifice any of them. These are the two people I love most. So I left that day. A few days later, I got a sign that they are trying to carry out the assignment without my knowledge. But they were having difficulty because they need my ears to execute either my dad or my daughter. Before I got the news that my father that was abroad almost died. In fact, he died. So that was when I blew off. I said, there is no way my dad can go for it. Let's think of other alternative. Any other alternative was I started doing different sacrifice, different kind of things, trying to see if any other thing will work, but all to no avail. I came out in public not to just say it, but I came out in public to make the world know and to make everyone that knows me as the prophetic professor. What makes me the prophetic professor was the things I was doing. And I came out to declare to the world that I'm no longer a member of the White Prophet Court. I have found a Jesus, and I want to be within Jesus. So, what triggers my decision was all attempts to assassinate pastor wasn't working. I came to the church to record miracles, thinking if I would see some of my workers in the place coming here to work. I didn't see anyone. Miracles, everything are real. This hatred that was in me towards the church, I don't know Papa, I have not had any dealings with him, I have not seen him, but with what I was told, I just hate him and I want him to die. So the first day I came to the church, it was not as if I came for service. My father said, if truly I love him, I must go to free indeed for prayer. I said, okay, if that will make you happy, I will go. I came that day around 6:30 to 7. Service has not even started, very few persons. I sat at this very particular line. I was watching everything that was going on, trying to see if whatever is going on are programmed stuff. At the end of the service, Papa didn't prophesy. The miracles are real. I know my work. I know I arrange my miracles.
For those prophets.
For those prophets.
Including your own.
Yes. I know I used to arrange my workers. I know I used to arrange, who can arrange a blood test, who can arrange patient from the hospital, who get the doctor's report, everything. Who can arrange, I can fake a woman with big tummy as if she's pregnant, but it's fake.
Tell us more about that. Even the prophecies they are doing, can I talk to you? So
yeah, the prophecies are fake. Now, how we used to get our details? In the prophecy aspect, we have two dimensions. We have details information. Now, the details is also called data. The data is somebody gets your information, collide, make friends with your kids, get your information. Sometimes even trace it to the house, make friends around, gather your information. Then it's being used in service to prophesy. Then sometimes we get our information through form. You fill your form, you talk, you state your problems, then we now make use of it as prophecy. We worked on it, do addicting, that's called addicting. We do addicting, then we add to it. Then there's another dimension in prophecy. That one is the washing of eyes. But the implication of the washing of eyes is, if you use that word for a very long time, before you get to your 50s, 60s, the person must go blind. Because the eyes you are to use in the future, you're already using it now. Then there's still a dwarf that comes to the church to give information. But they say, I hear this. The person is not hearing anything. It is the dwarf that is talking. I hear this. It is the dwarf. And all these things were things I was deeply into, working for pastors in and outside this state. So when I met with Papa that very day, I went to his office. I just wanted him to pray for me.
Hello, people. Before I allow you to play to the end, I just like you to please hear my line of thoughts again. My line of thoughts are, now I'm not actually saying that this man is completely lying. but only that I'm questioning his testimonies. I'm questioning this confession. And I'm not trying to say that the pastor of this church maybe brought him over to come and forge this thing. But just as a human being that has reasoning, I'm trying to be reasonable. I'm trying to also make you understand the path I am, towing. Like I said in the beginning, actually, there was a person that sent me a message, that sent a comment after watching this video that I'm playing to you. And, at the end of it, he called me a fool and all that. But that is not the reason I'm doing this. I'm just doing this because part of me is questioning this man's background. Part of me is asking these questions, and I really don't have an answer to it. But actually, I've always known that 1 + 1 remains 1. There is no manipulation. You cannot manipulate 1 + 1 not to be 2. 1 + 1 is 2. You can't manipulate 1 + 1 to be 3 or to be 10. It is going to remain 2. Now, this man, a recap, was that he was running a ministry according to him. And the ministry was not yielding enough money. Members were not coming. And so he would approach pastors and ask them the secret of their own successes. And they would tell him, continue and all that. And he worked hard enough. And yet he remained poor. His ministry was poor. He was financially poor. He was not getting members. Then he approached the man, that introduced him to the prophetic white cult, according to him. And the man that he said introduced him to the prophetic white cult, his church, according to him, is near the DSC roundabout. I've shown you the DSC roundabout, and I pointed out the 2 churches that are closest to DSC roundabout. Now, these 2 churches that are closest to DSC roundabout, the moderator of this confession, the one that was speaking background, apparently the pastor of the place where this man is confessing now, helped to explain and describe the man that he was talking about. That is the pastor of the church that is at DSC roundabout. Remember, I told you there are 2. Now, he was very, very clear about the man they were talking about. He preaches holiness, and he has a dyed hair. He dyes his hair, according to him. And that completely and clearly fits in. If we are to be sincere, it fits in very well to be the pastor of Jesus Christ Temple, who happens to be Amos, child of God. That is what the man is called. And I said to you, you may actually try and Google him, Google Amos, child of God, or Jesus Christ Temple, and you will see the man. And I think that they have, I don't know if they have a YouTube channel, but I think they should have. But I'm sure that they are on cable. They're on satellite television. Now, from here, this guy claimed that he also worked for Mercyland, and Mercyland is Jeremiah Omoto Fufeyin. And these churches are all around this place. All of them are in the same city, Warri. And looking from the size of the congregation that we are looking at there, this one too is a very big church. But something within me is telling me that there is some form of competition. And someone is feeling threatened here. I wouldn't say that this man bought this testifier here, or this one confessing here, but nowadays, anything is possible. Anything is just possible. You see, I started by saying that majority of you would think I would come here to lambast Omoto Fufeyin. And like I said, this video I'm doing is not to endorse that anybody is real or fake. No, that's not what I'm saying. But there are a lot of loopholes in this video, in this confession. How can a bishop not have a church? His church doesn't have name. The media outlets that carried the news, all of them, none of them could tell us the name of his church. That is strange. It is very strange. You can't just become a bishop and without having a church. There is nothing like freelancing, maybe a freelance evangelist or freelance pastor. He told us clearly that he had a church that was not working. And so, because he needed members, that was why he joined the court, slept in the cemetery. Now, what would have been very convincing would have been that he tells us that, okay, after joining the court, his church moved on, his church increased, but then he was also in close affinity with these pastors. Then we'll begin to look at it from a different angle. Now, you would not be a bishop and then begin to work, do an errand boy for others. All right, you will not be a bishop, and you want to be doing an errand boy, the one they call boy in this place, this part of the world. So it is not possible for somebody that had a church. You are a bishop. Did you sell the church? Did you tell the members that you are winding off the church in order to become an errand boy and an assailant to other prophets who wants to help you allegedly, who wants to make you grow allegedly? Now, these are the things that I am looking at. It would have been a very good video for me if I just brought up Omoto Fufeyin and say, Omoto Fufeyin, it has been confirmed that he is a fake pastor, he's a ritualist, he is this and that and that. The man who is doing all the dirty job for him has certainly come out and he is now, confessing. It will be a very good one. It will be a very good one, but I want you to understand that what we are doing is a spiritual business, and everyone that is involved in this must be very, very careful. Now, in the world of today, Satan is raising foot soldiers in order to discredit the church. And this is our business, that we must not, either on the positive or on the negative, to allow the church of our Lord Jesus to suffer loss. I am going to play the remainder of the video to you. But please, if you want to join this conversation, somebody came in here and he has left. If you want to join, just click on the link that is in the chat area, the live chat area, and you will be brought up live. We have a few minutes more to round off this. But if you want to be part of this conversation, tell us what you think. Tell us what you think about this. You see, I've asked a question, what is his name? And there is no picture of his prior to this confession on internet. All right? Now, if he was a pastor, a bishop, the day he was ordained, what happened? Where was the church he was ordained? Was he ordained without having a church? These are the things that need to be questioned. The whole thing is looking like somebody, is trying to advertise the other part. Maybe the people are not so sure. I've done a video of Zita recruiting people and teaching them how to act demons. And so when they act demons, is either they see him with TB Joshua in heaven and Magaya, all of them in heaven. And then the demon went to heaven and he was looking and looking and looking and looking. And then he saw Zita and TB Joshua and Magaya in heaven. Or that the demon sees TB Joshua on the altar, So now these are the things, these are the trends. So people are beginning to use, to play on the intelligence of people, and unfortunately, not so many of us are intelligent these days. Everything that is sold to us, we take it, we swallow them, line, hook, and sinker. But I'd like you to think, pinpoint, take the questions that I have outlined. How is it possible that this man, what is the name of his church? Where did he come from? You see, his name is Apostle Prince Ufoma, according to the report I found on internet. Apostle Prince Ufoma. What is the name of the apostle? Why is he a bishop and the ministry has no name? Why will he go for his church to prosper and then abandon his church and begin to do errand boys and begin to, arrange miracles and testimonies and prophecies for other pastors that he went to meet because he wanted to be like them? Now, was he promised that he must go through the period of apprenticeship, and after this period of apprenticeship, then he would be allowed to operate fully as per what he wanted? Now, these are questions, please, brethren. Can you just reason along line with me, along this line with me, and you may have a better answer, you may have a better idea than is playing in my head. What is playing in my head? I'm completely doubting this confession. The pastor of this church may not be aware of this. He may not be aware of this. Somebody may have arranged this. This person may on his own come, because he is broke and he needs money and he wants to, just tell the story. No pastor that has a church will come to tell lies. Now, but why I am finding it difficult, to believe this, to believe this is that he doesn't have a church. He has a church that the names of his church, is mentioned, then I'll begin to think that indeed this man is repentant, and that is why he has come in the open to confess what he has done. But he has no background, he has nothing about him, and that is very strange of a popular bishop, of a bishop that had been dining and wining with several pastors. Somebody is here. I don't know if you are ready to join the conversation. Joshua, can I add you? All right. So this is what I am looking at, and this is what we are looking at. God bless you. Let's see. Oh, he has gone. Maybe we're having bad network. Now, while we wait for any of you that want to join us, let me continue to play the video. Let's keep playing the video. All right. It's like my friend is back here again. All right. So, hello. Joshua, can you hear me? Are you ready? Hello, Joshua. Okay. Hello, Joshua. All right. Let's watch the video now. Let's go on to watch the remainder of the video. But if Joshua can hear me, do you want to contribute? If you want to contribute, you are free. You're free to share your own part, what you think is actually going on. So, but then let's go on and hear this.
I wasn't even ready to talk with him because this hatred was still in me. But at the end of the day, deliverance was carried out for me, and I got to realize that I was in a very wrong track. I was in that track because every person I met was telling me the same thing, that there is no way you can do ministry without sharing blood, without burying things in the church, without arranging miracles, without faking testimonies. So every person I ran to as fathers, we are all telling me the same thing.
Fathers.
This is how fast YouTube is with Brave. Notice how there's no pre-roll ads? And here's how you can see how much time you save with Brave. Look.
Please, so sorry about that. I'm playing the video
That is even
online.
outside Delta State, Benin,
Lagos,
everywhere.
Abuja, they are all telling me the same thing. So, and with the quest of my desperation, I just crossed my mind that this is what, I think this is the track. Every person is the same thing. Just like a man traveling into a particular direction, every person is going that same direction. Nobody is showing you a different road. So when I came that day, I met with Papa. First, I had a conversation with Pastor Onos. Pastor Onos was telling me, holiness, 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 abstinence from sex, you must be faithful to your wife. Within me, I just laughed. I said, I've met people that are even bigger than you. Don't use this format for me. Come out straight, let's do business. Stop telling me holiness, holiness, holiness. So when I got to the office that very day, Papa was still saying the same thing. Holiness, holiness, abstinence, this. I just like, I said, Papa, please pray for me and I want to go. So the deliverance was done that very day. And I got to realize that I was in a very wrong path. But How will I be able to come out from this part? After the deliverance that day, Papa kept calling me, showing me love, sending me money. I was like,
hold on, let me.
I have never received 1,000 naira from any father, except an assignment must be done.
Okay, I have some persons here that want to be part of this conversation. I've got Mike, I've got Joshua, but I don't know which of you that is speaking. So, hello, Mike, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay, God bless you. Yes, I can hear you very well.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Yeah,
God
I just want to say something. I'll follow your analysis so far concerning this prophet, this said prophet. And
okay.
I really want to appreciate you because your analysis is 100% correct. Because
Thank
when I was listening to the guy before, and I was wondering, you didn't call your church name, and for him to come boldly, he knew that the members will see it. He knew everybody will see it. Probably we want to use the opportunity to often appeal to his members. So please, forgive me. It's the devil's work, things like that. But no, but he just goes straight to the point. We try to call the names. Mercy Land, that other pastor, the host, we cut him short. Meanwhile, I'm in Europe anyway, but I got to know this Amos through his messages. You know, Pastor Amos, if you follow him well, you will be able to recognize that he's always preaching salvation and holiness message.
Exactly.
Very one at that, A to Z. Apart of that one, no other message. So most members, most churches close to him who knew the truth, when the eyes open, they will not leave most of the churches. So this is the battle that has been going on all this while. Most of the pastors, they were annoyed that their members, they are leaving their own church for temple's ministry. So this is just the gang up and set up. So what you just said is nothing but the truth. So I really appreciate you. God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much, my brother. God bless you. God bless you. Your points are very valid. Your points are very valid and well noted. God bless you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Is Joshua around? Joshua, are you there? Okay. We have the Shiboy. Shiboy, are you here?
Yes, yes, yes. Can you hear me?
God bless you. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What you want?
I want to say something. I don't know the pastor, but I want to say something in this issue. The guy might be right, you understand? He might be right of what he's saying. Although people might not believe him. People that, I know our pastor, they brainwash a lot of our people in Nigeria now. All this shaking my jaw, what they are doing. The guy might be right, but the way he put it, people might still be checking, or people that doesn't know him, because he's still upcoming pastor. People, not everybody will know him. It might give, because in Nigeria now, if they tell me now, say like I want to be a bishop, how will I put it? Bishop, nobody know who ordained who. Like now they say already ordained Pastor Suleiman. Who ordained already, but we don't know. You understand? He's upcoming pastor. He can do anything. He can do anything to be there. You understand? He can do anything. We don't need to discredit the guy. You understand? But in due time to come, we'll still see more about the story. That is just it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for a good work of analyzing too.
God bless you, bro. But before you go, do you think that it was necessary for him to have at least mentioned the name of his church? At least.
Yeah,
and
but
he's mentioning the name of... Go ahead.
His own church? Are you talking of his own church?
His own church, the bishop's own church. Because he cannot be a bishop without owning a church, without pastoring a church. And before one becomes a bishop, it takes a process. There is nobody that comes up as a pastor, maybe 2 years after that becomes a bishop. It actually takes a process. And before somebody becomes a bishop, there is a sizable number. There is that, there is the size of the congregation that he must have. There are, some we set it at 200. The benchmark, when I used to follow them, the benchmark used to be at least 200 adults upwards. Now, so for one to get to that level of being a bishop, it is not like going to to buy a suit in the market. It takes time. So for him to have
But
gotten to
brother,
the level of the bishop, it takes time. So do you think he has a church, or that he maybe mistakenly omitted the church? That is what we are looking at now, the name of his church.
yeah, but I don't know the name of church. But although in Nigeria this time around, a lot of little pastors, even though they have small power or this thing, they might just cram themselves a bishop. You understand? Even though they don't have anybody that cram them that bishop. Yeah, some cram themselves bishop now. Even though they don't have that crowd, so far they have the power of a vision. They do their magic. They will just cram themselves a bishop. You understand? Maybe he crammed this a bishop by himself. Not any big man of God like them too cram him bishop. But he's still doing a dirty job. You understand? After his own service, you go and do dirty job for the people that want to give him power. You understand? The guy has done a lot of things, I don't know if the police will arrest him now after everything the guy just said. You understand? Because all these pastors, like for me, I'll be looking at all these pastors because most of all this money they're sharing in the church. As Matthias said, I don't blame Matthias anything Matthias is doing. Maybe Matthias have seen a lot. That is why he's doing what he's doing. You understand? Most of all this our Nollywood celebrate, brother. No one, all this our man of God have been here before. They only give them money. They know that they cannot do that magic with them. They know that. But we are still watching. I'm following you. We are still watching. We are still going to know what is going to come up in this case now.
All right. Thank you very much, my brother, for coming up. Are you in Nigeria?
No, I'm not in Nigeria. I'm not in Nigeria.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate your contribution. God bless you.
God bless you very much. Yeah.
All right, man.
Thank you.
God bless you. All right. All right. So, if you still want to be part of it, we have about 15 minutes more, and we'll be done by it. If you want to be part of this, you can still call using the link in the live chat area to join in the conversation. Yeah, Sheila Strait said something in her comments. She said, "It seems to me that it would be a hard thing to get a man to admit to taking 7 lives. You could not pay me enough to say that I drink human blood and ate human flesh." Wow. Well, my dear sister, yes, you are very right. But I tell you that in this place, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible here. I'm just telling you, I'm a Nigerian. I live in Nigeria. Even though I'm not proud to call myself a Nigerian, but as it is for now, I am in Nigeria, and God has created me in Nigeria. So anything is possible. And the other aspect of police, the possibility of police arresting him. The truth is that if you have money here, you can buy anything. You can buy justice. You can just buy anything if you just have money. And that church, the size of that church is very huge. You see, it's very huge, and that means a lot of money. So I think that even if he is saying the truth, I want to believe that his security is guaranteed. If he is lying, the same thing, applies, because whereas I'm not directly accusing the pastor of this church of maybe arranging this thing to come up, for the guy to come up and do this, but just like I tell you, anything is possible, not just in Nigeria, but in the world. If people want to be evil, they can be evil. We've had people who came out to say that they died and they went to heaven and they went to hell, and they saw Jesus, they saw Abraham, they saw Virgin Mary, and they saw certain people in hell. And eventually they came out to tell us that they lied. We've had so many people like that. So anything and everything is possible. All right, let me go ahead and continue to play. Let me play the remainder of the video to you. But then if you still want to join us, if you still want to join in the conversation, you can just use that link and come on in, join in the conversation. Join in the conversation. If you want to be part of the conversation, just come on in.
Assignment, planting, explain that.
Yeah.
Hold on now, please save the time. Go
I
ahead.
have never received any money from any fathers except an assignment is done. I do planting. Like when they will give you a prophecy that there is tortoise in your house, there is sham, there is native pot in your house. We have two patterns of doing it. We have the one that I can come to their house. Even you be inside the house, you will not know that I'm in your house. I will come and drop whatsoever I want to drop. If it is your car we want to take, I can come to your compound. Even if you are standing.
Okay. Put them at the corner then. Go ahead.
Even if you are standing close to the car. Even if you are standing close to the car, I can come there, put anything I want to put. If it is snake, pussycat, anything. This was
Tortoise, anything.
tortoise, anything. This was how I used to do it. Then the other dimension in this planting is what we call invocation. That is where we enter your house, tell you that there is a native pot that is boiling with fire inside your house, and the house is tight. What I do is I prepare the thing myself. Most of the things I swallow it in me. Then if the prophecy has been given and they want to remove that particular thing that we said is inside your house, what I do is to eat my stomach 3 times. But before then, I must take like 1 full bottle of Lord drink because it works with the drink. So I eat my stomach 3 times. Then that, as you are breaking the ground, that particular thing we want to come out from that place will come out. So this was what I was doing. So when Papa started showing me love, and I discovered that this is not the way I see this man to be. He said it's bad, but he has shown me light and he has shown me love. I didn't do planting. I didn't do stage miracle for him. I didn't get data for him. How come he's showing me this love? And I make up my mind, and no matter the consequences that may come out from this, my renunciation, I make up my mind that I'm no longer, and I've renounced myself from being a member of the White Prophet Court. I've been a member of the Black Ass.
Congratulations. What of the boy that was said to be using free indeed name you talk about one day you called me, and the one you sent to come to steal phone one all night and they were beating?
Yes, those were our programs just to scatter the church. The boy that stole phone, there was one all night that was going on in church. After the all night at the police post, it was a program something just to scatter the church and to dent the image of the church. But fortunately, the thing blew off and we couldn't manage the scene that very day. Then the other boy that was using the church name was our tools. We are just what we programmed to be doing, just to scatter the church.
Remember one workers all night when one boy was called out? Then there was a time you also said during the court that you put blood at the back of this pillar.
Yes, I was the one that came to do that.
What did you put?
It was a human blood at the pillar, that extreme. Yeah, this were just to scatter the church.
There are some of these things that are here. What are they?
Please bear with me. The adverts popping up is because I'm playing it from YouTube direct.
From the groceries to shoes, clothes.
So sorry about that. I'm playing directly from YouTube, so reasons why you see the advert popping up.
Don't worry, I'm here with you. What are they?
Now this is a pot. Now this pot must not touch the earth. I kept this pot under my office and inside this bucket. with steel with this rubber under because it must not touch the ground. Now, inside this pot, there are two handkerchiefs. This handkerchief is if I want to prophesy and I don't want to use data, I have to use this handkerchief to clean my face. No matter how dirty this handkerchief, you must not wash it because of what has been done inside.
So with that one, you can be prophesying.
Yeah. Inside this pot, there are rings. The rings are up to 7 inside. These rings, they are up to 7 inside this pot. Now the function of this ring, if I'm having service and I want to do deliverance for people to manifest, I wear the ring. It's either I wear the ring or the ring will be inside of me. It must be connected to my body. And if this ring is in my hand, if I lay hands on anybody, you must go down.
Be sure. Go ahead.
Now, this ring also, if this ring is in my hand, even if the person is not a witch, if I want you to confess witch with this ring, you will confess witch.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, this carriage must remain in this spot. If I want to do service, it's either I put this carriage inside my pocket or I put it inside a small cup with water or drink. And the drink must be alcoholic drink, Lord or the Spirit drink. I drink it. So anything I say, that is what you must do. Now, the function of this pot also is if I want to do invocation work, like commanding work. If I want to command live snake, now I say, Madam, there is snake in your bag, and I want the snake to come out in that bag. The snake must be in this pot. And if the snake is inside, this cloth must cover the pot. And this pot will feed the pot with either a pigeon blood or a new baby blood.
So most of all the prophets that are prophesying, they have all these things.
Yes.
So now they run from here to scatter. One day with Sefru, one day here, one day so place, one day Lagos, one day Abuja, one day. I just wanted your eye to open. If I'm talking, look like I am tying you, or I'm not prophesying. Now they here today, Abi.
Now this one, it is called Asher. Now this Asher has 2 types.
All right. From here, the video lost audio from this place. So I am going to give a closing remark. I may be wrong. And if I am wrong, forgive me, but what I have just seen are just the things I have analyzed. And maybe somebody may see this video and they probably may come up with the informations, the details that we have questioned that probably will make this video or this confession look valid enough. Those things that he is still showing, the things that he is revealing, the instrument that he used for his works that he is bringing up, they probably make it look like, well, he's saying the truth. But also, if you ask me, if you want me to question those things, I would say that those whites, the white that wrapped that pot is too clean, too new. And don't tell me that they can use magic power to keep it clean, because he himself talked about the hanky, that the handkerchief, no matter how dirty it gets, you must not wash it. So there is the possibility of those things getting dirty. So the white hanky too looks very, very new. Okay. And since he didn't start this work today, according to him, he didn't start it yesterday, and I don't even think he started last year. So those things were not supposed to be as white as they are now. But that is me thinking. And for the umpteenth time, I just want to make it clear that I am not endorsing any of the pastors that are implicated in this video, but I am not categorically saying that he is completely saying the truth. Neither am I saying that he has lied, but I have just used my instincts and my initiatives, and I'm able to pick up some things that don't actually agree here. He might be saying the truth, he might be lying, but a major percentage of me is saying something is not adding up in the video. But then I'd like you to, I'll plead with you to share the link to the video and put your comments in the comment section. Let's know what you think about this. If tomorrow there is any latest development about this same thing, I will come up here to tell you. And I have done this, and I think I've done justice to my spirit, that I do not think that these things add up. Remember, I said it's possible that this pastor may not even know, may not even be aware of what all these are. It's also possible that he knows. Now, I'm not exonerating anybody, and I'm not pinning it on anybody. All I'm just saying is that, falsehood in the body of Christ must be taken care of. It must die. I look at church today, it's becoming a competition. Everybody wants to outdo the other person. And hey, it was not the idea of the church fathers. This was not the idea of the people who used their blood, whose blood, was used even after the death of Jesus. The apostles of our Lord, they shed their blood. They were killed. They were killed in order for them to sustain what the Lord handed over to them. But today we see people competing to do something else. There is too much competition, going on today. Too much competition, just too much competition. And you ask yourself, why? Why must these things be like that? It's because Mammon has taken over the heart of so many people. Mammon has taken over the heart of so many so-called pastors, men of God, just like the brother who spoke, last said that some persons can crown themselves bishop, even though that I do not think that people can officially take the title of a bishop on themselves. But you go on the internet, you see everybody now wants to be prophet, apostle. They give themselves apostle. Children of 18 years, 22 years. And you will see a 22-year-old boy calling a 75-year-old man, a man that is old enough to be his grandfather, calling him my son in the Lord. And the 75-year-old man will also be calling a 22-year-old boy, 25-year-old boy, 30-year-old boy, my daddy, papa. So this is the evil that is happening in our. Sometimes it hurts me to want to use the word church, because these people don't run church. They are running shrine. So the falsehood in the body of Christ, by the grace of God, must be chased away. I know somebody may come up and still have something to say against me, but it is well. It is all right. God bless you, my beloved people, my good people. I appreciate all of you. Sofika, God bless you. Ingrid, God bless you, my sister. Jata, God bless you. Sheila, thank you very much. Sunday Odu, God bless you. Joseph Godwin, God bless you. God bless you. Everyone, Sister Tel, God bless you. I see you. Agatha Keba, God bless all of you. Evans, Mashita, Ramiza, Kamara, for the family, great love. God bless all of you. My beloved sister, Jemima, Gloria, God bless you. Oh, Ezaya So Mercy, God bless you. I cite you. Oh, Victor Yasor, Tamia Dante, God bless all of you, both those of you that I could read your names and those that I didn't see your face, but I know that you are here. I appreciate all of you. I'll be seeing you in the next video. I just want to encourage you to continue to be steadfast in the Lord. The end time is very, very close. The end of everything is very, very close. God bless you. I'll be seeing you in the next video shortly. Until then, from me to you, shalom.